Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. This is going to be somewhat of a short stream because we having technical difficulties because of course we are. So I don't know how much battery life we have. Yeah. Mm. Anyway, okay. Let's start. Links are Real Talk with Yanni speaking about the election and Chrissy speaking about black men, the civil rights movement, essentially black men never building anything and never doing anything for black women because the goal is to be a white woman, and so anything short of that, you ain't build nothing. Um, and so they learned nothing from the election, absolutely nothing. Actually, matter of fact, they're doubling down. Third link is Shay Sade in her think piece about black women, some of which are saying, this is the time to come together with black men and apologizing to black men, while other black women, like Chrissy and Real Talk with Yanni, are doubling down. Real Talk with Yanni pushing her selfishness, but of course, saying if you thought she was selfish before, she's about to get even more selfish. That's what y'all are on already. Um, yeah, I really am going to spend a lot of time speaking about Chrissy. Well, not a lot of time because Mr. Z doesn't have that much time today, apparently, obviously. But for the time that we do have, let's get into it. So Chrissy said a lot here. And so she's bringing up, terms from yesteryear, some of which she's responding to Z, some of which I don't know who else she's responding to. So she gets to play 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I don't know who you're speaking about, Chrissy, but Mr. Z has always said the final boss is not black women, it's white supremacist society. Chrissy issues a challenge, I guess, to the black manosphere about speaking about how black men are responsible for, I don't know, not making black women white women, but how black men are responsible without speaking about white men or black women. Chrissy, you don't get to issue challenges over here, number one. But if you're issuing challenges, I issue you a challenge. Tell your subscribers the truth. Ooh, goddamn, Z. Tell them how they're probably about to starve while they're living vicariously through you. Tell them what Donald Trump's presidency with J.D. Vance as the vice president is probably going to mean for them. While you have Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk. Elon Musk already telling you, y'all about to feel this. Ooh, goddamn. Tell them the truth, Chrissy. Tell them the truth. I don't expect you to say Z's name, but tell them how Z continuously speaks about women of color and y'all white male worship. Build what, Chrissy? It's not building if you're not a white woman. How do we know this? Asian women, Latina women, interracial marriage rate. That's your goal here. And no, we're not going to elevate you so you can just run off with some white dudes, number one. Number two, if you're addressing Z when we speak about black women in the civil rights movement and how many of them were getting rotted out by white dudes, say it all the way. Say what Mr. Z says all the way. Black women like you issue is that white men don't marry y'all. It's not that black women, it's not about heavyset black women or skin tone or whether you're of a certain pedigree. Simply put, white men pipe, but they don't marry black women in any significant number. In your project, which is a lot of black women's project, is for black men to elevate black women so black women can do their best rendition of Asian women. You know, where the men put y'all in position and then y'all go run off with white dudes? No. Build it on your own then. Huh? Build it on your own then. Uh-oh. Right? So let's emphasize this. What we have here is black women who didn't learn anything about what white women are doing. Let's pause on Chrissy real quick. Let's talk about Real Talk with Yanni. Real Talk with Yanni kept on emphasizing these women voted for their culture, they voted for their family, they voted for their men. By the way, she didn't say that part. That's Mr. Z saying that. That's the euphemism that Real Talk with Yanni wanted to use, or say that better, Z. The Real Talk with Yanni, the euphemism she was using for these white women, voting for their men is they voted for their families and they voted for their culture. She kept on stressing culture, culture, culture. No, they voted in line with their men. They voted in line with their men, real talk with Yanni. That's what this is about. Those women voted in line with their men and they always were going to. Train tracks, train tracks, train tracks. Huh? If you're going to call a thing, call a thing a thing. What makes Chrissy and Real Talk with Yanni dangerous is that they continue to double down on the BS. I always say this, Chrissy, you don't talk to your subscribers about how you're their class enemy. You don't speak to your subscribers about how you're good, pushing, yo, you know, it's better to be single and alone than if you can't date hypergamously. Most women can't. Notice I didn't just say black women. You want to talk about treasonous, Chrissy? What's more treasonous than your sound right now? How you sound right now? You want to speak about treasonous? Black men treasonous. You don't get to decide who's treasonous. Lame ass. Oh, by the way, I think she got a non-black man finally, you guys. Huh? First, second, Chrissy, you're treasonous. What's more treasonous than pushing to, in this era, Chrissy's not dumb, y'all. That's why I speak to her and about her the way I do. You pushing your subscribers to go further into the BS now? You and Real Talk with Yanni are putting out these think pieces, feel pieces now? Do y'all not hear what Donald Trump is coming in to do? And you want black women to go on their lonesome now? Be hyper-individualistic even more now? Shout out to Indigo Flow. No wonder we call these pieces feel pieces and not think pieces. Because y'all clearly are not thinking. Y'all feeling your way through and y'all doing a horrible job at it. And you're pushing for your subscribers to continue to double and triple and quadruple down on the BS now. Chrissy was speaking about, you know, women of yesteryear, black women of yesteryear struggling and essentially blaming black men for Jim Crow. Huh? That's what we are with it? So now you got your non-black man. Now you're about to become what? Even more misandrous, anti-black misandry? You're about to practice that even more than you already are? You want to talk about what's disgusting? Chrissy, your existence. God damn, Z. You want to be white woman? The difference between Z and Chrissy, and I can understand why FD thinks we're two different sides of the same coin. We're not, because Z don't want to be a white man. That's the difference. Z is not jealous of white men. Uh-oh. That's the difference. Z's goal in life is not to be a white man. Huh? Z doesn't charge black women with being white women. Chrissy, the median household income is somewhere between 75 and 80 grand a year in America. I didn't just say for black people. That's the real. What are you talking? Homegirl finally just admitted she's pretty much for eugenics. Uh-oh. Huh? I love it. When y'all get in y'all bag, now you getting D. Well, we already knew you was getting D from some non-black man. Relationship with a black man. With it, huh? Y'all learned nothing. Wow. Y'all learned nothing. That's frightening. That is frightening. Right? Wow. So you listen to Chrissy speak, you listen to Real Talk with Yanni speak, they're both pushing for black women to become even more selfish. What? focus on themselves even more. To be frank with you, Chrissy, and Real Talk with Yanni, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The average black women don't have the luxury, which is something y'all like never talk about because it'll destroy the fantasy now, won't it? Huh? It'll destroy the fantasy. Especially for Chrissy. Chrissy, what makes you so dangerous is how disingenuous you are. That's what makes you so dangerous. How you lie by omission to your subscribers. What makes you so dangerous is you know the numbers and you know what this is going to mean for the masses of black women. That's why I say you don't care about black women. You don't. What you care about is your jihad, shout out to Trell, your shihad against black men. You said black men, you fragile little broken Z. Ooh, almost lost my religion. Black men on the internet broke you? Black men on social media? You fragile little pathetic hold it. Dear Chrissy, so you could never be us then, with the way y'all talk and been talking for decades. Wow. Let me get this right. Black women been slinging mud on black men for decades, centuries, decades. And the internet and social media Negroes is what broke you? Wow. No wonder you over there trying to get down on whatever non-black man's program. Oh yeah, pause right there. Chrissy essentially was responding back to Z because I said get on a black man's program, and she said there's no program to get on. I'm glad you feel that way, Chrissy. Tell your subscribers, because you know most of your subscribers are regular, average black women. Tell them to starve then. Tell Chrissy, you want to issue challenges? I challenge you to tell your subscribers the truth. You know how Kim Foster kind of did. She went straight doomer a little bit. She went straight doomer. Chrissy, you would never. You would have to tell your subscribers, get prepared because y'all gonna be doing a whole lot of buzzing yourself to death. To infinity and beyond with them rose toys. Tell your subscribers the truth, Chrissy, what this is gonna mean for their future. What not being on a black men's program is going to mean for their future. Huh? Tell them what their swirler and divester aspirations are really going to mean. Tell them how many non-black men have had sex with black women, and yet black women's interracial marriage rate, that's for all marriageable age black women, is somewhere between what, 4.5% and 6%? Huh? Tell them the truth, Chrissy. Tell them 0.5% of white men marry black or excuse me, are married to black women. Not 1%, not 5%, 0.5% of white men, Chrissy. If we saw them numbers, you saw them too. That's why you never bring it up. Huh? You want to talk about black men being insecure? Chrissy, dude, wait a minute. Did we come on the internet speaking about desirability? Or did you and other women like you come on the internet speaking about desirability? You want to talk about insecurity? Oh boy. Insecure. We're the insecure ones? Chrissy, we didn't come on the internet speaking about colorism. Uh-oh. We didn't come on the internet comparing ourselves to white men. Y'all compared us to white men. And then we saw the numbers, and white men ain't doing that great neither. Not the masses of them. Uh-oh. Huh? Chrissy is so disingenuous. She is a bad faith actor. Right? Real Talk with Yang just going about her way and doing whatever she think is gonna work for her. She done looked up on this YouTube money. She's a real talk with Yanni is an around the way girl who found her lane. The YouTube money is working for her. Her subscriber base is much like her, so they rock with her. I get it. I get it. Right? Cool. Right? I get it. With her manifest talk. Real talk with Yanni. These other women could try to manifest as much as they want. They're going to fail. There's just, okay, man, look. Shout out to Sarge Willie Pete. You live on a planet with finite resources. What are y'all talking about, man? Black women still, these weirdos still think they have a choice, but not to be on a black man's program. Because a handful of them got a couple of dollars. Real talk with Yanni and Chrissy and Kim Foster. A handful of y'all got a couple of dollars and y'all refuse to call yourself what y'all are, the average black woman's class enemy. Y'all refuse to tell them, look, I could afford to give black men the middle finger. At least financially I can. The rest of you, not so much. Chrissy, do you not appreciate who the hell JD Vance is? You don't see who JD Vance is, huh? Oh boy. Ooh, JD Vance, Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy. Y'all don't get what's about to happen? Chrissy, I promise you, I'm going to continue to say your name. No sexual. Because I want your subscribers to know when they struggling, when they all over the internet crying, when they homeless in them vans, I want them to know you, Real Talk with Yanni, and a whole smorgasbord of horrible, bad actors on social media is who helped to put them there. Whether it's card-carrying black feminists, whether it's level up women like you, swirlers, divestors like you, I don't need no man, especially a black man. I'm going to make sure that they know who you are. Yes, Mr. Z's channel isn't that big. It don't need to be. Y'all, y'all are so dangerous. Y'all are bad faith actors. Y'all mean black women no good at all. Y'all are the worst. The absolute positive worst. I would never tell black men it's better you stay alone. If you can't date the baddest, most sexiest woman, if you can't date hypergamously, it's better you stay alone. And now you telling them more and more that they shouldn't be having black men's children. You call them black men's treasonous. You call them black men treasonous, and you exist. You have the unmitigated gall, the ovaries to call black men treasonous, and you exist. Who the hell are you, first of all? Secondly, who the hell are you to be issuing challenges? I challenge y'all to bring up black men and what they've done without bringing up white men. Every time Chrissy talk, somehow we end up under white men's scrotum. Every time Chrissy talk, she vindicates white men and white supremacy. Because you used to white man's bottom B, huh? Look, Chrissy, Mr. Z's not gay. I don't know what type of kinky stuff you in, but I'd rather not be under white men's scrotum. I don't know what you into, what type of cuck thing you trying to do with black men. I don't know what you into. Huh? I ain't trying to drag black women under white women's vagina. That's not my goal. I don't know what you into. I don't know what turns you on, what kinky stuff you into, but could we stop, vindicating white dudes, because that's our goal in life, is to be anointed on the forehead, by them and their rod. Maybe that's your goal in life. That ain't Mr. Z's goal in life. I don't know what you into. Right. I ain't about being painted on the face. Maybe you are, but yeah, that's your thing. Every time this lady talk, it's some sexist drivel, misandrous crap about black men, playing down Jim Crow, playing down white male supremacy, as if, wait a minute, let me get this right. Aren't Asian men the highest earners in America? Aren't Asian women the number one group of women marrying outside of their race, mainly the white men? What are you talking about, lady? You never mentioned that I bring that up because that's your goal for you and other black women that think like you now, isn't it? You're the worst, right? I want black women to appreciate Real Talk with Yanni and Chrissy told y'all to double down, triple down, quadruple down. So what if Donald Trump and JD Vance about to walk into the White House? And so what if we about to starve? And oh wait, Real Talk with Yanni and Chrissy won't be starving. They won't be struggling now, will they? And y'all gives you a second, y'all talk amongst yourselves. And we're back. Right? It's it's frightening sometimes listening to these folks because they're good. I keep saying it. Chrissy, you never bring that up. What does Z keep saying? These women are going to walk their subscribers and their followers off the edge of the cliff into a lifetime of loneliness, depression, and antidepressant pills, a lifetime of buzzing themselves to death, to infinity and beyond. And these women are going to turn around, not fall off the edge of the cliff, and pickpocket their subscribers before they fall off. Chrissy essentially telling y'all that's what she's done. She found her, apparently, she's found her non-black man. She's living a luxurious life. That's not going to be the masses of black women. Whether it's the non-black man or the luxurious life. But you're telling them not to get down on black men's program. You're telling them black men don't even got a program to get down with. Right? Huh. And so you turn around, you're not going to fall off the edge of the cliff. What about all of your subscribers? You got, what, a couple 100,000 subscribers? Real Talk with Yanni, you have a couple hundred, you have what, 250 some odd thousand subscribers? So both of y'all got luxury condos and apartments and whatnot, and y'all driving luxury cars, and apparently Real Talk with Yanni is celibate. Chris Young here getting piped down by some non-black man. So y'all are okay. What about all of your subscribers? Real Talk with Yanni got the unmitigated gall to tell them to become even more selfish because this is y'all way of throwing a temper tantrum that Kamala didn't win? Huh? And let me say this to Chrissy. Black people's mere existence in the West, particularly in America, is political. So for you to kind of preach this quasi apolitical view from black women and burn the cape, and I burned the cape forever ago. Black women don't have the luxury. Chrissy, you don't have the luxury. Lame ass. It's that simple. You want to be an upper middle class or rich white woman so goddamn bad, it's frightening. Oh, black women don't have the luxury to be apolitical. What drugs are you on? This neo-Nazi ass, now she's just straight up going all the way there with it. Essentially speaking on eugenics, essentially. And real talk with Yanni over here co-signing lightweight Shira 7 and Cynthia G. And she mentioned their names, so Mr. Z is not even pulling it out of his rear end. Huh? She's co-signing what they're saying. Because the world is not fair. Yeah, the world is not fair. And so black women over here throwing a temper tantrum because white women did to y'all what they always do to y'all. They let y'all be their mascot for the BS, and they go turn around and marry white men on your ass. And so now y'all throwing a temper tantrum. Why? Because it was supposed to be black women and white women and Latina women and Asian women. Really not Asian women. Asian women been giving y'all their ass to kiss. And y'all was supposed to hold hands in the sisterhood and give y'all men collective middle fingers. And then it was pretty much black women and a slight majority of Latina women. Y'all looked around and saw it was just y'all. The white women and Asian women were like, yeah, about that. See, and so now y'all throwing a temper tantrum, and the person that usually get it from y'all is black men. But increasingly black men aren't there to experience your rage and anger. Uh-oh. There must be a civil war amongst black women landia. Oh, there gotta be a civil war. Y'all gotta go to war. It gotta happen. Too many Christies and Yetis running around here. I'm sorry, black women. Y'all gotta go to war with them. Uh-oh. Huh? And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. What type of craziness? So real talk with Yanni co-signing Shira 7 and Cynthia G because the world is not fair and they're trying to tell you how to get it in a not fair world and I'm gonna become even more so if you thought I was selfish before. Huh? And these other women voted for their culture? No, they voted in line with their men. Stop using culture for a euphemism for their men. Real talk with Yanni, it's this simple. White women don't want to be black women. They'll wax poetic about their freedom, but they see that negative liberty that black women practice, and they said they would rather be oppressed by white men than be quote unquote free. Huh? And to Chrissy, median household income once again is somewhere between $75,000 and $80,000 a year. That's what it is. Less than 20% of men in America, it's really 17% of men in America earn $100,000. And that's not, and for a large portion of them, It's not consistent. It's not 100 this year, then 100 next year, then 120 the next year, and 130 the next year. Nope. People fall in and out of that 100,000 plus. They learned nothing. And that's why Mr. Z put the Madonna Material Girl song as the song, because really that's what it's about, isn't it? All this building you hear Chrissy speak about, all this, the other man's patriarchy, y'all have to get the other man's patriarchy. It's really about living the opulent life now, isn't it? Huh? It's really about that, isn't it? It's about materialism and consumerism. That's all it's about. It's not about stability. It's not even baseline hypergamy. It's about elite white men and what they've been able to provide elite white women. Huh? Chrissy has the gall to challenge black men not to speak about white male domination and hegemony. Ma'am, you're the one who's playing down anti blackness, not Z. That's your game. As I said earlier, Mr. Z's goal in life is not to be a white man. That's your goal, to be some type of quasi white man, white woman, rich one. Huh? You know, listening to Chrissy, listening to Real Talk with Yanni, seeing Chrissy bring up brothers during the civil rights movement and them marrying out, bringing up Edward Cleaver. I never could pronounce his name correctly. My apologies, y'all. Um, Bringing up a bunch of light skinned or mixed black women who might have ended up with white dudes, and saying this is who black men are comparing black women to. First, as I said earlier, Chrissy, black women thought that it was just a legal barrier keeping white men from marrying them. It's not that white men were not having sex with black women. White men were hiding behind anti miscegenation laws on why they wouldn't marry black women. Loving versus Virginia just showed that white men were lying. They were always just trying to pipe and not marry black women like they do now. That's all that lo- um Loving versus Virginia, that's what it exposed. That non-black men have sex with black women, they just don't marry them. Mr. Z was never speaking about black women's desirability to white men. There are black women that white men find attractive also. Will they marry you? Will they traverse this life with you as their wife? Notice Mr. Z ain't saying nothing about no partner. That's a whole different calculus. So when you speak about black women civil rights leaders, be honest. It's not that they were not having sex with white men, it's that white men didn't marry them in any significant number, just like they don't now. Mr. Z has been very clear about that. I mentioned black women having sex with their white male and Latino and Asian male coworkers, their bosses, y'all little sneaky links, y'all dealing with whatever younger white men, extremely older white men, huh? Whatever strange thing for some change with whatever non-black man. I've been very clear. That's not the issue. The issue is, are these men marrying you? Do they have plans to marry you? Is it even in the cards? Huh? Thank you. International Rodent says, will they risk that inheritance for that chocolate? We'll say. Will they risk the classic Mustang? Will they risk grandpa's house? Huh? That C10 Chevy truck? Huh? That's what Mr. Z has been saying. As I keep on saying, Chrissy, what makes you dangerous is how disingenuous you are. It's not a lack of intelligence, it's that you're lying by omission and you know what's going to happen to your subscribers. If you think I'm trying to shame you, that's because I am. It's that simple. If you think I'm trying to shame you, that's because I am. If you say that shaming tactic won't work, that speaks to your lack of humanity. God damn, Z. Chrissy tried to outdo Z being Z. Chrissy, you can't outdo me being me. You can't run to the left of me, Chrissy. Challenge us to what? I'm sorry, black women. I'm so sorry that we didn't build you a condo so you can look at white women. See, my man bought me this big old diamond. And look, he bought me that Range Rover. And I have this mansion, and our getaway home is a McMansion, and he owns private jets, and we own stocks and bonds, and we own an island in Bahamas. I'm sorry, Chrissy, that we didn't do that for you. Lame ass. Because that's what it's really about, isn't it? You want to speak about insecurity, Chrissy? What about you in particular in your insecurity when it comes to light skinned women? Ooh. And white women. Yikes. Huh? Uh oh. What black men haven't built. Chrissy, you speak the way you are because of black men. What black men haven't built. Chrissy, you're black men. What black men haven't built. Chrissy, isn't one of your parents black immigrant? What black men haven't built. Chrissy, you exist in America because of black men. Like men haven't. Uh oh. What black men haven't built. Chrissy, educated black women. What black men haven't built. In America, what black men haven't built. Chrissy, do you have a luxury condo or apartment? Black men have. You think you would have been able to live in that luxury condo or apartment? Was it for black men? HUD, housing development. Never let the white man get me down, right? But yeah, what black men haven't built. That screams y'all don't really y'all didn't Chris Hayes, sorry, not Chris Hedges. Chris Hayes wrote a book some years back called A Colony Within a Nation. And he titled I've said this before, I mentioned this before. He titled that book A Colony Within a Nation because that was um a portion of former President Richard Nixon's speech where he was speaking about the black community and how he wouldn't allow the black community to become a colony within a nation, which is funny because that's exactly what he was attempting to do. Um, and hear Chrissy speak about, and you hear black people writ large do this weirdo thing where they think the black community could be a colony within a nation, like black men can build some like parallel patriarchy. And I want Chrissy to answer like, where does that exist in America? You can argue like Asian men don't have that, Latino men don't have that. Clearly, you can see the voting patterns between Latino men and Latina women. Uh-oh. Even if I granted you that Asian men built a patriarchy for Asian women, then why is the interracial marriage rate for American-born Asian women what it is? Primarily Asian-born, excuse me, American-born Asian women marrying white men, even though Asian men earn more than white men on average. There's this very weird understanding of systems, white power in America. Uh, and Chrissy really wanted black men, the black manosphere, Z, to do some weirdo thing where what black men take all the onus and blame for white supremacy or for black women not being upper middle class and rich white women without us speaking about the system, without speaking about white male domination and hegemony, without us speaking about white male sabotage. Chrissy, literally, you have Henry Kissinger speaking to his folks back in the day saying, make their economy scream, speaking about Chile and Allende. That's a foreign country. If they were speaking about a foreign country and its leaders that way, how the hell do you think they were speaking about black people and black men? Oh, wait a minute. You don't have to guess because what did J. Edgar Hoover say? Prevent the rise of a black messiah. Ooh, goddamn. You didn't bring that up, Chrissy. Uh-oh. Chrissy speaks about how easily we're broken in. Chrissy, that's the goddamn FBI. You know the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigations in America, you know the country with the largest economy in the world, that's marshaling its resources to prevent the rise of a black messiah, where Nixon and them were speaking about civil rights leaders like they were the biggest threat to America. Black male civil rights leaders. Oops. Chrissy, you just watched the Democratic Party last minute, though, trip over themselves to try to get black men to vote for them and lecture black men. Do you appreciate what's going on here? Or are you just talking? Do you appreciate what's about to happen to black women? Elon Musk is already telling you, oh yeah, y'all about to feel this. And this is when you're talking that eugenics talk? I told y'all, they learned nothing. And you know they didn't learn nothing because we were in the middle of COVID-19 and they were calling into Kevin Samuel's show talking about who wants to be with average anyway. And white women aren't told to settle. What's that sound drop from Obsidian again? You can't learn with them. I mean, no, you can't work with them. You can't teach them whatever that sound drop is. Somebody link it, right? You can't work with them. You can't do with them. Whatever, however it goes. It's funny as hell. Accurate, right? This is what makes you so. You're disingenuous. You lied to your subscribers by omission. You're not honest with them about what this future is about to look like. Real talk with Yanni. Manifesting may have worked for you. It's not going to work for the masses of your subscribers. They can't believe enough. Thank you, Excalibur. Mike Singletary can't do it rent, right? This is what makes y'all so goddamn dangerous. You can't win with them. You can't work with them. Y'all want black women to double down and quadruple, excuse me, double down, triple down, quadruple down now? It's kind of scary, right? It's like, I said it. These people will shoot a hole in the boat, hoping you can't swim, but knowing they can't swim. Real talk with Yanni is good financially. Chrissy is good financially. Kim Foster is good financially. We're going to X out Kim Foster for this conversation. But Chrissy and Real Talk with Yanni are encouraging their subscribers to become even more selfish. Jesus Christ. This is what I said to BGS a few years ago, and I'm saying this now. These women will be under the bridge starving. Huh? Wow. That's frightening. Even in this late date, y'all doubling down with the BS. And a split Jim says Chrissy has little mustache man ability to emotionally infuse women with tone, then push propaganda while they're in that emotional state. It's scary, bro. A split Jim, it's frightening. It's frightening. Shout out to the sound clip. Compassion, I got another sound clip for you to take out of this one. Now she going full eugenics with it. Oh my God. Wow. And thank you for the super chat, a split Jim. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. We only got a few more percentage left. So, Mr. Z, I guess we're just gonna roll out until this battery dies. Let's see. Wait, let's see if the technical difficulty is still going on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh nope. we gotta stay execution, maybe. Haha, yes. Haha. There we go. We gotta stay execution. All right, y'all. Right. Wow. Chrissy, you should know better. You should know better. Vince says goofy supervillains. Compassion says Lincoln timestamp. I got you. Thank you. Thank you. Right. And I'm sorry for not reading y'all comments earlier. I glanced through a few of them. Y'all know Mr. Z, you know, trying to be safe. Number one. Number two, I just was on a roll. Because I know y'all heard a tone from Z y'all don't often hear. But this swaggy black girl thing that Chrissy's on, I don't think this is the time. Chrissy's speaking, and this is why I'm stressing that selfish thing and how dangerous this is, because black women don't have it. Y'all notice Mr. Z speaking, whether you agree with Z's take or not, where I say y'all hold on to y'all hats, right? And I'm saying that to the conservative brothers that even voted for Donald Trump, and even obviously the more progressive or liberal brothers that voted for Kamala, the brothers that stayed home. I'm telling everyone to hold on to their hats. That's not where Chrissy is coming from. That's not where Real Talk with Yanni is coming from. But definitely Chrissy. She think black women have the luxury to be apolitical. Let me say it better. She think black women got the luxury to not mammy for black men. Ooh, goddamn. I'll use your word, Chrissy. I'll use your word. Vince, for real though. And Vince's Z had veins popping out his neck tonight. For real though. And shout out to Vince, shout out to Demetrius, shout out to all the brothers, especially the brothers under the age of 30 that listen to Z. I will not steer y'all wrong. I'm not gonna tell y'all that if y'all meet a black woman worth a damn to work with her. Make sure she's on your program. I will not lead y'all down that road. Chrissy, on the other hand, with her subscribers, all those women over there, right? I'm over here telling y'all to hold on to y'all hats, right? Chrissy, on the other hand, Real Talk with Yanny, on the other hand, is telling their subscribers to double down on being self centered and selfish and focus on yourself and leveling up. And this, see, let me say this. They don't appreciate that we don't live in that era no more. Ooh, Z, goddamn. They don't appreciate right now for the masses of folks. That doesn't mean we're not going to have people that's living good lives. I'm not saying that. Right now, it's time to be stable. Ooh, and you know, for a group of women that everything about them is about luxury and moving on up, right? The Jeffersons, which that goddamn theme song is propaganda 101. But how many of us really knew that when we were younger? Huh? Oh, that's some frightening stuff. For Chrissy to be doubling down on the BS now, for Real Talk with Yanny to be doubling up on the BS now, whether you think it's a good thing or not, a bad thing or not, Donald Trump coming in with JD Vance, Vivek Ramaswamy, Elon Musk, and they talking about trimming the fat, y'all don't appreciate how much of your mere existence, how much of those cushy air conditioned jobs y'all have is government working with the private sector to keep people employed. And y'all listen to Chrissy's subscribers. Y'all listening to Chrissy now? Real Talk with Yanny subscribers. Y'all listening to her now? All right. I hope you could eat that coping. Huh? I hope you could eat that coping. I hope you could spin that coping. For Real Talk with Yanny, I hope your subscribers could spin that manifest. I hope they could bring that manifesting to the bank. Huh? As GC says here, Lord, they hate the word stable. Huh? I'm listening to Chrissy at work with the straight face, rolling eyes, got my forehead all scrunched up, right? Because it's not about her. It's that her message goes out into the ether and her subscribers talk to their homegirls about it. And those subscribers interact with young men, with young black men, and Chrissy and Real Talk with Yanni helped to radicalize these young women. Huh? GC said masochism. All right. They radicalized those women. Trell, I'm trying to get to your terrorist video. I promise you, Trell, I am attempting to fight because we're gonna get to Chief Rocco, we're gonna get to Buckeye Fan, we're gonna get to all of those, right? Compassionate, and the Powell memo, but I really want to start off with Trell in the terrorist right stream. But goddamn, every other day is something new, right? Wow. Yeah, I got the emails, Vince. I got the emails. This is frightening to listen to black women post COVID-19, post the re-election of Donald J. Trump with the vice president. Huh. This dude bought in JD Vance, right? So now I gotta be on my best behavior now. Dr. T's in the room. What's going on, Dr. T? Right? And Doc, I'm just stressing, you know, I have a couple of links in the description box. I don't suggest you listen to them. I don't want you to lose years off of your life. Listen to the insanity. Um, the first one is better than the second one. The second one is just absolutely insanity. Um, I cover these women because once again they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. They get tens of thousands of views per video, and essentially they're looking at this moment as a time for Black women to double down on the BS that they're on post election. Chrissy in particular uses this moment to emphasize that Black men have been built for Black women, um, essentially calling Black men dusties. She goes into her eugenics bag, but of course she does. Um, and I'm glad that she's here now because for those of you, as a compassionate, I'll send you the link in the timestamp. Um, I know y'all always thought that Mr. Z was exaggerating this. These women were subtly implying it earlier. They were suggesting, right, this, implying, inferring. Now they're just there with it. Are they as bombastic as a Cynthia G? No. But we're there. We are in 1930s Germany because these cowards can't and won't take out their anger on the appropriate people. So what do? They always take it out on Black men, right? But of course, it's dangerous because you have young Black women. Kim Foster said on one of her previous streams, we might be, upwardly mobile. We might be working towards the end of that for the foreseeable future. Obviously, that does not mean that no one's going to move up in class. It does mean the likeliness and the effort that it takes. Oh boy, right? And when you couple, by the way, Mr. Z's been saying stuff like this, once again, dream hoarders. But when you couple what Miss Foster said with what Real Talk with Yanni and Chrissy said, you realize that they don't really appreciate. I'm not speaking about Kim Foster here, but Real Talk with Yanni and Chrissy don't really appreciate what Black women are up against and what they're headed towards. I cover these people because this is like the view coming from a lot of black women. They think they could be apolitical. Dear black people writ large, you whether we disagree, left or right, centrist, you don't have the luxury of being apolitical. Your existence in America is political. Your skin color has been politicized. It's always been. You don't have the luxury to be apolitical. Real talk with Yenny, on the other hand, think that black women have the luxury of being selfish and focusing on me and leveling up. I keep bringing this up. The then and now, and I'm gonna actually link it. Then and now, I want to say white British dude, philosopher, um, and he breaks down Vladimir Putin in Russia, and he's speaking about Ukraine and Russia, and this view from the West of like this never-ending quote unquote progress, and like how Russia does not believe in that. Vladimir Putin just doesn't believe in that, right? This like steady march, quote unquote, forward. I would argue that a lot of black women believe in that. And when you listen to Real Talk with Yeti speak, she might have bought into this a little too much. Huh? Wow. So this is frightening. I think Chrissy and I guess her quasi respond to Z. Once again, Chrissy, if you're gonna respond to me, when do I know you're responding to me and when do I know you're responding to some other random black dude, right? Because I'm very clear in what I believe. I would rather you not hopscotch in and out. You notice I say your name, then I say Real Talk with Yeti's name because I'm very clear. When you say we twist your words, no, we don't twist your words. We make sure to put your words in a proper context. We don't allow for you to hide behind euphemisms. We appropriately frame what you're saying. We're not twisting your words. At least Z isn't. Huh? You say what you say. Like how you pretty much advocated for eugenics on your channel today? Or whenever that stream came out. Huh? You essentially advocated for eugenics, so I make sure that people know, hey, y'all heard that, right? Let's make sure y'all heard the framing. This is how she's framing it. It's different than Cynthia G, but it's essentially eugenics. I'm not twisting your words. I'm calling it what it is. Huh? I love that this is where we are. You have the women exposing themselves in a community where we speak about black men like black men are these sexist, colorist, featurist, texturist monsters, and it's black men that radicalize black women. Nope. Exhibit A, Chrissy. Exhibit B, Real Talk with Yanni. Huh? And I'll engage the troll. She says, I'm all for patriarchy, but you got to do more than talk it. You got to walk it. You know what's also part of patriarchy? Telling women like you to stay in your lane. God, I mean, if you really want to go there, I mean, for real though. I mean, like for real, you know. If you really want to go there, you wouldn't realize that this is a male space and you're supposed to be here observing and really not, you know. If you really want to go there, I mean, Mr. Z's channel is open for all, but if you really want to go to what patriarchy is, I mean, I could flex that on you. You do realize that, right? If that's where we going with it. If you really want to go full on patriarch, like real patriarchy, I really should be telling you you're supposed to be seen and not heard. By the way, Z don't really believe in it, but I mean, if you want to be petty, if that's what you came here to do, I could oblige. I'm saying, thank you, Afro National. Being quiet when men are talking. I don't believe in this, by the way, but I'm saying if you're going to levy black men talking it, and wait a minute, Z, wait, skirt, wait a minute. Let's pump on the brakes real quick. Don't black men still earn more than black women? Uh-oh. If black men still earn more than black women are now saying that enough more. Remember when they didn't know or didn't realize that black men earn more than them? Or when they been smelling their farts so much they didn't believe that black men earn more than them? Now that the number's been circulating because black men in the black manosphere have been pushing and making sure that everybody know this is a lie, that black women somehow magically earn more than black men on average. Now they're saying not enough more. Huh? So go to what you're saying. If black men earn more than black women, why aren't you on black men's program? And I'm saying that to you and to Chrissy. Oh, I forgot. Because you live on a planet with white women. And white women aren't told to settle. Huh? Oh boy. Right? And y'all like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Look, what I'll say to black women, let's see what this next 4 years produces. I don't think it's gonna be kind. I don't think it's gonna be kind to black women at all. And you better believe if Z is still here and Z still has a channel, yes, Chrissy, yes, Real Talk with Yanni, I will make sure that every woman that comes over here to Z's channel, I will make sure they know who you are so they can know who to blame. Goddamn, Z. Because women like you told them to double and triple down no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening in the world. Chrissy says we don't have a program, while Chrissy is living the product of black men's program. From the Civil War to Reconstruction to the end of Jim Crow, right? To black women in corporate spaces, right? To black women not being, assaulted, we'll say, when around non-black men. All of that is black men's program. And Chrissy says black men don't have a program for black women to get on. Huh? And she says, good night, y'all. Good night. Y'all support the division. No matter how lacking, I'll always love black man before Zaddy. Hope y'all find that you're what you're looking for. Um, I'm Trump 2025 all day. I'm for conservative. Okay, well, we have conservative brethren around here, so I'm not, but all right. You say division. If you're not on a black man's program, I don't know if you. It's division if you're not on a black man's program, is what Mr. Z is saying. Say that. And Joe says, black men don't go for division. We draw the line, pick a side, right? So it's that simple, right? International Ronin says, no, she's still here, y'all. And International Ronin says, not the I'll take the high road and leave exit, right? Compassion, I ain't gonna highlight it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And to be honest with y'all, I don't really think black women have a choice. They're throwing temper tantrums. That's why Mr. Z, called it a temper tantrum, petulant child's energy. They're throwing temper tantrums, but the masses of black women don't have a choice. And they know they don't have a choice. That's why they listen to Chrissy. That's why they listen to Kim Foster. That's why when Paris Malone was still around, they listened to Paris Malone. They listened to Cynthia G. More and more, they're realizing they don't have a choice. As Mr. Z has been saying, it's not going to be black men that put the foot in your ass. It's going to be white men. And here they go. The environment is changing. America is refocusing on itself. It's trying its damnedest to not have China truly surpass it. And so a lot of things people took for granted, a lot of ways people orient themselves, a lot of ways people think of community and hyper individuality. We'll see. Let's see if you have the luxury. Thank you, Split Jim. And the Split Jim says, hit the like on the way out. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Right? And once again, the Split Jim, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. I don't think this is obviously this is not just going to affect black people in America, but I think a lot of people are going to have a rude awakening. Shout out to Army Yosef Frimpong. I Funky Academic. I agree with you, and it's frightening. I agree with Army's take on what JD Vance and not JD Vance, not in this case, but Vivek and Elon, right? So Elon is not going to be the head of the NLRB. I had a misreading of that. I read that wrong. But he will be part of some type of council where they speak about government efficiency. And a lot of people don't appreciate what can be trimmed when it comes to government efficiency. And it's not just government jobs. It's also what government subsidizes the private sector to do. Like not be racist, huh? To not discriminate, especially when you're getting subsidized by the US government. That's another reason why black women can't afford to be apolitical, Chrissy. I'm an independent. Everybody claiming that they're independent because they think they're so goddamn smart. I'm too smart to pick a side. I'm an independent, and I know there's true independents out there. I'm saying a bunch of people, women, claiming to be independent because they don't want to pick a side. Because you got to ride out with that side. And you got to take the losses when that side takes the losses. Huh? What Chrissy talking about? Black men, y'all just gotta hold the L. Chrissy, there is no black men holding the L without black women holding the L. I know y'all are outgroup women, and so y'all think y'all can find yourselves a nice place in the white male hegemony, a nice, comfortable place, but clearly y'all can't because y'all haven't. Chrissy, maybe you have, but black women writ large can't because black women are attached to black men. Chrissy, no matter what you and that non-black man got going on, black women are attached to black men. Period. Hold this L, hold the L. Can black men hold the L without black women holding it also? Your whole worldview is distorted. Your whole worldview is distorted. Black men can't hold no L if black women aren't holding it also. That's not how this works. I know you wish that's how it worked. That's not how this works. Chrissy tries to concede points in a weird way before because she knows Mr. Z is going to respond to certain things. So she tries to concede points. Yeah, black women were manipulated by white women, and yeah, there's going to be certain feminists that don't matter what black men build, they're not going to get on the program, etc., etc., etc. Like you, yeah, like you, right? Oh boy, I'm covering this because you have a number of black women who still are doubling and tripling and quadrupling down on the BS. Even though what JD Vance, what Donald Trump, what Vivek Ramaswamy, what Elon Musk present, especially seeing that Kamala, a black woman, for all intents and purposes in this case, a black woman was their challenger, I don't think the Chrissies of the world and the Real Talk with Yetis of the world really appreciate not only what's coming down the pike, I've said that multiple times, but the ground that they stand on and how that's going to be shaken. Earthquake, quicksand, huh? And to speak like this about black men, black women relations, or just black women in this kind of hyper individualistic way, it's beyond myopic. It's beyond negligent. It's just downright dangerous for the black women you claim to advocate for. That's you, Chrissy, and you, Real Talk with Yanni. The majority of black women don't have a choice but to be on black men's program. They will not make it by themselves. They will be homeless. They will be 4 or 5 deep in one apartment house, barely making it. They can't afford to go it alone. I, Regardless of how successful Z ever gets, I will not be speaking about black men just from my vantage point of quote unquote success and then issuing out quote unquote wisdom and quote unquote knowledge just from my vantage point and the success that I've been able to achieve. I appreciate and know where the majority of black men are. And I speak from that angle. The Chrissies don't, the Kim Fosters don't, the Real Talk with Yannies don't, the Cynthia G's don't, Paris Malone when she was around doesn't, Shira 7 doesn't, and that's what makes them so dangerous. Huh? That's what makes them so dangerous. They're bad faith actors, particularly Chrissy. Real Talk with Yanni, like I said, she's just doing her thing, trying to make her money, stay from having to go back to a 9 to 5. But Chrissy in particular, Shira 7, obviously, Cynthia G, they're bad faith actors, and they profit off of being that. They profit off of being that. Oh boy. So, I just wanted to come to y'all with this. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Thank you, button for the replay squad. I thought it was important for black men to know, yes, you have a number of black women who, at least right now, are reevaluating how they speak about black men and maybe think about black men and who they have as allies. I don't even like this language calling black women allies or black men allies. We're black, right? But black women haven't been being the enemy for a while, so I mean, I get it. Anyway, um, you have a number of black women who are reconsidering. Maybe we've been sounding a little bit too sexist and misandrist because we thought we had allies with white women and other non-black women. And maybe we don't have the allies we think we had. And maybe white men aren't as not racist as we think they are. And maybe they're a little bit more oppressive than we thought they were. And uh-oh. And so you have black women who are reevaluating their entire life. Then you have the others, like Real Talk with Yanni and Chrissy. Oh boy. Huh? And the Real Talk with Yannis and the Chrissies, they're about telling their subscribers to continue down that dark ass alley. Keep going. There's light at the end of the tunnel. I promise you, there's light at the end. Keep going. Keep going. It's better you stay single. It's better you hyper focus on you. It's better, yeah. F these black men. No, we're never gonna get on their program. I don't care if we starve and die. I don't care if that makes you homeless. Keep going. That's why I'm covering them. Just in case you run into one of these weirdos still living at home with their parents or living in some apartment 3, 4 deep, barely making it, right? Credit card debt out the ass. Baby Benz need an oil change. Hasn't had an oil change in 2 months, 3 months, 5 months. Huh? And you run into one of these sisters and she's still telling you what she ain't settling for, just know that they're probably Chrissy subscribers. Oops. Right? Oh boy. So it offenses my ex credit card debt was crazy. We know, we women in that credit card debt, right? Thank you, Split Jim, talking about put the cape down. What cape? Chrissy is talking about. I burnt the cape so long ago, years ago. It was made on the internet, I have a great dad. It was men on the internet. I have a great men in my family. Chrissy, do you understand how insane you sound? You're saying mainly faceless dudes on the internet turned you into a neo-Nazi. No, ma'am, you had that in you already. Chrissy, I'm also on the internet. Uh-oh. Chrissy, you're responding to me and you're a whole neo-Nazi. And you still ain't hear Z tell black men what not to do with black women. I'm still not saying any neo-Nazi stuff about black women or to black women. Uh-oh. So what's the difference? Huh? Chrissy, I have you responding to me. And I still don't sound well like you. Huh? Uh-oh. So you telling me a bunch of Negroes that you don't even know how most of them look turned you into who you are now? You could get just about any black man. You don't struggle with that. You don't struggle with non-black men. You don't have, and she was responding to me. You don't have no childhood trauma, high school rejection thing because of your skin tone. Okay, fine. Mr. Z was projecting that none of that stuff existed to you. It happened to Z, right? Which, by the way, no. But okay, fine. You have great relationships with the men in your black men in your life. It was a bunch of social media Negroes that radicalized you. Do you understand what you're saying? Your weak ass. A bunch of faceless Negroes on the internet is what caused you to turn into this little neo-Nazi? No, this is who you already were. You just need a reason. This is who you already were. You just need a reason. Because Z2 is on the internet. Z2 creates content. Z also reads insanity from the opposite sex. Watch videos from the opposite sex. Huh? And yet I don't speak about, deleting black women? Huh? Uh-oh. I don't do that over here? So, on that note, y'all, we'll pause right here. Um, Trail, you keep on getting bumped off, bro. Like every time I want to do the Tierist live, something new comes up. So shout out to Chief Rocka. Um, Chief Rocka, if you hear this, if you listen this long, please, I'm trying to get to your stream. Um, I still do not have a link to that Business Insider um video that you were speaking about. I clipped off your I screenshot your super chat. I really want to do your, I don't want you to have donated that money and we never get to getting to that live. So please, um, Chief Rocka, so, or whoever can find the Business Insider video that Chief Rocka was speaking about with the college educated, I think, sister college grad was still at 200 and something thousand dollars in debt. I think he said, was it 250 or something crazy? So if anybody can find that, please send it to me either through email or you could put the link in the comments later or well after the stream ends. So please and thank you. Um, and yeah, Trell, like I was saying, Trell said, right? But yeah, Trell, every time because I wanted to do it last night. I couldn't do it. I wanted to do it this tonight, and then after Chrissy and Real Talk with Yanni, oh boy, um, yeah. So we'll get around to it. Compassionate, the Powell memo, the Powell memo stuff. That's actually To me, that's going to be the easiest one because there's just so much stuff to cover with that. That's going to be a long ass stream. Um, so yeah, we'll get to all of these things. Mr. Z did not forget about any of you. Um, yeah. So on that note, everyone will pause right there. This was kind of frightening to listen to. It just speaks to them being myopic. They just never learn. Oh crap! A split sim already got it. Huh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's click that before we end the stream. Let's do that. Wait a minute. Let's make sure we get that. Give me a second to split chip. We got technical difficulties over here. Give me 1 second. Okay, it's an article. Okay. Yeah. Mr. Z's technology has not been working with him today. It has not. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. All right. Do we got it? Do we have it? Boom. I graduated from college with over $200,000 in student loans. Here are the things I wish I could have told my younger self. Okay, okay, okay. That split gym gave me the impression that it was a black woman, but let's make sure because I did screenshot it. So let's see. Wait a minute. Where did that screenshot go? Y'all give us a second. Let's make sure that we have. There it goes. Yeah, and he said, check out the story that's on Business Insider about a black woman with a PhD that has 280,000 K in student loans. She now wishes that she would have gained the work experience vice um, vice graduate degree of verse. I think well that's probably a typo. Now what does she bring to the table besides a lot of debt and stress? So yeah, it's a little different. He was speaking about $280,000 in student loan debt. Yeah, and it was a black woman. So if anybody can find that, please and thank you, please and thank you. And a split jump, thank you for the college try. Talking about college, right? So yeah, y'all look coming to an end. Thank y'all for listening. Um, this was kind of frightening to listen to. If you have it in you, I would suggest Real Talk with Yeti is a whole lot easier to listen to. Chrissy is a bit much. The black girl swag, y'all already know that whole black girl bravado thing going on. Obviously, she does get to the part where she pretty much advocates for eugenics. I, it's scary when you hear black women of all people talk like this. It really is because they don't appreciate what that means for them, and they don't appreciate what country they live in and the history of this country when it comes to eugenics. It was not just a European, primarily a German and Nazi thing. Y'all better watch how y'all talk about this thing, right? I think you got it. Okay, let me click that. Wait a minute. Right, wait a minute. And let me make sure because I think a split jib found it. Okay, let's see. That got to be the one. Okay, let's see. Black women with there we go. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, so it wasn't a Business Insider. Black women with doctorate degree and 250K in student loans. I've been looking for a job for 4 years. God damn. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, okay, we finally got it. All right, all right. Thank you, a split Jim. Crack research. Thank you. No wonder I couldn't find it. Compassion. I mean not compassion. Chief Rocker, you sent me on a wild goose chase. No wonder I couldn't find it. It was in Business Insider, right? Oh, okay. You said it does reference Business Insider. Okay, 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 okay. All right. But yeah, no wonder I could. Okay, so I'll link everything. We'll just end up reading it, and then we'll. I'll do a whole live stream about that. So okay, finally I got the research done. All right, all right. Well, actually, that's the beginning of the research, and we're gonna go into it. Yeah, that's the beginning of the research. But at least I have the actual like thing that we need, article, I guess in this case, that we need to continue with the rest of the research. And obviously, I'm gonna give y'all some time because I'm gonna have to put a lot of links to speak about this. And this is something that affects a lot of college educated folks, not just black folks, not just black women. We're gonna be really mainly speaking about black women probably on that one, but a bunch of brothers and sisters and just people in general and that student loan debt. Even from my understanding, even Barack Obama was in student loan debt up until he wrote his book, The Audacity of Hope, right? So yeah, and that released a little bit before he became president. So yeah, so that says a lot. On that note, y'all, I don't said this like 5 times already. On that note, we'll truly pause right here. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Y'all have a great, great, great rest of y'all night. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content. I think AB Media's streaming right now. So I go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content. For the love of God, whatever y'all do, do not become male or black men versions of Chrissy, of Real Talk with Yanny, of Miss Kim Foster, etc., etc., of Shira 7. Please, for the love of God, especially Real Talk with Yanny and Chrissy. Y'all cannot, dear black men, you can't afford to be that delusional. They can't afford it either. Don't get it twisted. Even Chrissy and her quote unquote luxurious lifestyle, there's a cost to this type of delusion. There's a cost to pushing this crap on the internet, right? So, dear black men, you really can't afford it. So I'll pause right there. And y'all have a great, great, great rest of y'all night. Mr. Z out.